What's going on, guys? I'm posting FanDuel right now. I would say about Westbrook, and that seems like a lot of people are talking about that in chat. I would say on Westbrook that he projects as the best cash play, like in terms of like matchup, and just they need to win down the stretch here. They haven't been winning games. And it's the Lakers. But if you so if you're worried about blowouts and that sort of thing, LA not being competitive, then you probably shouldn't be playing cash right now. And also, you can play someone else. So I haven't looked at news in a minute, so I'm actually gonna go look at that. You guys can ask questions. I'll get to them in a second. Tarion Prince ruled out, John Collins out, so it's expected, as expected, basically. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I saw the Kuzma news. Definitely more interested in Mo Wagner on DraftKings. He's my cash build right now. I think all of those Warriors could potentially have big games. And I think if you're going to go with like a GPP game stack, it makes a lot of sense. I'm not too interested in Jonathan Williams. Cash core, Derek White, Justin Anderson, Alex Len, Mo Wagner is probably what I'd say. So just those are my value guys I know, but kind of build around that value core. And then my studs still remain the same rankings as they were before. Let me make sure I have them right on the site, but should be Westbrook, Aldridge, Paul George, kind of like the stud I'm looking at really the most. DeMar DeRozan after that. Clay in that mid-range. I have been trying to get Clay in probably into my guard spot. Jonathan Williams just doesn't produce on a permanent basis to the capacity that I'm really interested in. And maybe I'm wrong about that. I could look it up a little bit more, and maybe I will pull up their NBA Wowie right now to make sure I'm wrong, or to make sure I'm right. But could be wrong, like I said. Looks like they have it pulled up here. Josh Hart, LeBron, and Kuzma off. Not guys here, but Jonathan Williams at 0.69 fantasy points per minute. Mo Wagner is at 1.05. It's only over a 30-minute sample here, so that's with no Hart, Kuzma, and LeBron. So I don't know how Snell got these two outs. I missed it. Am I going Deontay Davis? Yeah, you totally can. He would be the punt option in my utility spot. I'm gonna play Alex Len probably though, unless I'm missing something. Is Davis starting over Len? Or are they starting both or something like that? I couldn't really see how they would play both. I don't see any starting lineup for them. but I would assume that Lin is still going to start down low. Bembry's a solid value play as well. Center on FanDuel, Leonard Capella. I have Len in the lineup. Trying to go 2 studs or balance. More of a balance is where I'm at right now. It's kind of interesting making it fit though. I'm not gonna lie. Don't know if I'll end up there or not. To be quite honest with you, but right now I want something more balanced. If I can get there. No, I like McGee. Yeah, I like McGee a good bit. He has a tough defensive matchup against Steven Adams, definitely, but not that I'm too worried about in the pace up. I mean, they should. I don't see why they won't play him as many minutes as he's been getting down the stretch here. With no LeBron, his usage and fantasy points per minute are just so high. So, Vince Carter, not too interested. I could see you slotting him into like a forward slot as a value. He's my last guy I'm interested in out of those guys. I think I would go Anderson, Bembry, Huerter, Bazemore, Carter, Clay, Rondo. Whew. I like Rondo a lot. A lot. I think I'll take Rondo if you can afford him. Like I just would rather take a guy who we know his defined role, I guess, with Rondo. I mean, with Clay, he's kind of in and out, and the production from this Warriors team has been extremely, extremely sporadic recently, and the matchup isn't that great. If we're looking at it on paper and not thinking about it like in a narrative sense, I think that's fine, Elephant, but I also think there's a good bit of value, so it's going balanced is kind of a strange way to go because you just end up with a lot of salary, for me anyway. Let's see if I do something like really like I'm just building my team right now, but Jeremy Grant and Dennis Schroeder, both of them a lot. It seems like a type of game where they could have a lot of production just because OKC can control this game and they could kind of defer to their secondary options possibly a little bit, Plus the Lakers are just bad in general. 6K utility. Yeah, I just plugged Draymond Green in my 6K utility. Adams or Clay? Probably Clay still, yeah. Thoughts on Jokic? I think all the high price guys in that game, like if you're looking at these games on paper, like I've been saying kind of all day, Jokic is going to be a great GPP play, just as Steph is, just as KD is. I'm not looking at them too much in cash games though. But yeah, Jokic is a great tournament play, great leverage play. People for too much, I think so. Yeah, definitely. I don't think they pop that much off at me. New tweets from Labs. Let's see what we got here. Nothing for today. I was hoping that we would get a Hawks lineup before the very first lock, but it's looking not likely right now. I would say. 10 minutes to go. Let me know if you guys have questions, fellas, women, if there's any in here. Bogdan, not too interested now. Who's starting for the Hawks? Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that we're going to get the same lineup as it's been. Len starting at center and Justin Anderson starting for Tayshaun Prince. Green Prince, my bad. Tayshaun Prince. Yo, I think my mic has been back here the whole time. I think it's closer to me now. I actually don't know if it's using this mic or not. Let's find out. Oh, I don't know if it's using this mic or not, but did you love GNF? Let's see. I mean, you just said Rondo. Yeah, he's a good play. Am I going Davis? No, I'm not going Davis right now. I have Mo Wagner. Rondo and Draymond or McGee and Schroeder. I would say. Oh, and I'll get yours too, Jack. Rondo and Draymond or McGee and Schroeder. Rondo and Draymond for me. I do like McGee a good bit though. Gay and Gordon or Wagner and Draymond and DK Cash. I would go with Mo Wagner and Draymond. I think Gordon is definitely priced too cheap though. On this slate at 4-2. I mean, 4-2 on DK is just pretty cheap for Eric Gordon, man, against Sacramento in a game where he's been shooting just fine, you know. They've just brought his price down a whole lot, you know, and it's a pace up against. He just seems like a very good leverage play off of someone like Justin Anderson, or like any of those Hawks guys. He's just in the same range. Anyway, let me get back to the questions. Jack asked Wagner and Capella or Bagley and Len for cash. Bagley and Len for me. I like Len a lot in cash. Let me pull up the question real quick. You really give me a 4v4 GNF? I don't know, man. That's like half your team. Probably the one with. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'd probably go with the Harden one, but I mean, point per dollar wise, I think I like Aldridge a little bit more than Harden tonight. But I just don't like really Caruso or Bagley all that much. Yeah, I'm not really on Bogdanovich. Best value is Derek White Jr. I don't think that. I don't think that about Aldridge at all. Just because the Hawks are missing everyone down low, you know, like who's going to defend LaMarcus Aldridge? He's been beasting recently. Just kind of does whatever he wants sometimes, and I think that's kind of what we're gonna see him do in this game. I don't see why we wouldn't. Vince or Wagner? Wagner. Not really on Vince Carter. Jeremy Grant's a good power forward on FanDuel. Bagley's a good power forward on FanDuel. PJ Tucker's real cheap if you want to punt. Someone mentioned Jonathan Williams in here earlier. You can play him, I guess. Not really on Jonathan Williams, though. There's a chance the Warriors sit players tonight. Well, hopefully you hear about it before the Houston game if that's the case. You can make some change. Hawks starting lineup confirmed. Let's check it out. Yep, just as kind of we expected. Oh, wait, have they been – they're going to Carter. Okay. Man, there's such a mess here for Atlanta. I want to pull up some fantasy point per minute real quick in these last 5 minutes and just talk about that, and then go from there. So I'm just going to pull up this WoW. It's right on the top of WoW if you want to look at it yourself, the first link on top. And it's with Len, Huerter, Trae Young, and Vince Carter all on the floor with Dedmon and Collins off. You have the highest fantasy point per minute producers, Trae Young at 1.4, which, by the way, is massive. And then you have Alex Len at 1, which makes sense why everyone's on him today. If you give him 25 minutes, he's hitting value. So I think he gets that today. Bembry is popping off. He's only got about 20 minutes in this role. I'm going to go ahead and take Vince Carter off the court and Huerter off. I'm just going to put Trae Young on and Dedmon and Collins off and just kind of see how that runs real quick. I think I'll get a bigger sample here if I do that. Okay. 4 minutes ago. Oh, I need to take Prince off as well. And oh no, we had Deadman off already. All right, submit that. I don't know what's going on. It's not loading. The hell, NBA Wowie. That's so annoying. Well, I expected to talk about these Hawks, but now it's just Wowie is just shitting on me, basically. Let me pull up the questions. I'm fading Lennon Cash. I think that's okay. I think that's fine. I think that's okay. I don't think it's great though. You like Jeremy Grant for DK Cash? Yeah. Point guard besides White, Russell Westbrook is one. Rondo is one. That should help you out a little bit there. 3 Lakers too many. No, 3's okay. 3 Spurs too many. Yeah, that sounds definitely like too many Spurs to me. Not definitely. I guess I could see a team where you have 3 Spurs. It's okay. I don't love it though. No. But if you have like we just got news that Gay is starting. So yeah, if you have like White, Gay, and DeRozan, I think it's actually fine. Or White, Gay, and Aldridge, either one, whichever one you end up with. NBA Wowie. I was looking at this. Justin Anderson 1.1. Yeah, Bembry and Anderson are the ones who pop point per minute wise. So I'm actually gonna take Rondo out of my cash team and save that salary, and I'm probably gonna play with it after this lock. So I don't have very much exposure to that game now. Really, Russell and Wagner are gonna be in my cash team from that game, and I'm just gonna kind of probably get more from that Atlanta game instead. With all those guys out and just we have a lineup and everything, I can make some moves. But I really do like Bembry. I think like Anderson and Bembry are the ones I think I want right now. I like Rondo and Cash still. There's nothing wrong with Rondo. Gay Aldridge White. Oh, thanks, Samson. That means a lot. Appreciate it. Best value picks. I mean, they're on the cheat sheet, man. Just look at that. I ranked the value rankings right there for you. So McGee and Cash, yeah, McGee's a good cash play as well. I prefer Len in terms of center, and if he's my top, Len is definitely still going to be my top center on this slate. There's no doubt about that. But it's probably like Len, McGee, and Aldridge, my top 3 centers, and then Capella right after that. So, I mean, McGee is a great cash play. McGee or Cousins straight up. Easy. That game just locked, though, so. Robbie Cano had a single. Lance Stevenson, yeah, he's a cash play, but that game just locked once again. Gay better than Draymond then? Yeah, I would say that. Just well, no, not it's close. That's really close, man. No, I think I would prefer Draymond still actually in that competitive game. Yeah, we already have locks, so Blake Snell K. Beautiful. Daddy. Good looking too on Mark Reynolds. If you guys have questions, I'll stick around for a few minutes. I'm gonna go look and see some own percentages in the in double ups, and I'll just kind of get into that. I'm surprised how many viewers we had on the live stream today. I don't know if the number. I don't know why this. I guess just because people weren't playing NBA or MLB that we got more today. I feel like the live stream wasn't that great, but appreciate all you guys for watching or for coming in and listening. So Westbrook at 50%, Mo Wagner at 50%. Those both make a lot of sense. Looking at some sharp teams. You have Maki Supa. He has Russell Westbrook, Wagner, and Lance Stevenson in this game. Chipotle Addict has Westbrook and Wagner. So that's kind of pretty much where I'm at in cash too. I mean, that's exactly where I'm at with Chipotle Addict. And I totally think Lance Stevenson is fine. I just have some of the Atlanta value over Stevenson, but I don't mind Stevenson over them at all. Let's see if I can find another name on here Piano Club. Piano Club has nothing in the first game. He's fading it. Ben Stunner's got Westbrook, Paul George, Mo Wagner, and JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee only 10% in cash games. I like that a good bit. Well, I don't know what it is in tournaments. I guess if I'm really thinking about it, liking it, I guess I should be talking about a tournament. Got the boy Stang Boy in here. He's got Mike Muscala. This man's playing Mike Muscala. I mean, I guess he's gonna get that. He might get a little. He's gonna get some minutes too. They're all gonna get some minutes for sure. Rhythm Grant. Okay, for cash, yeah, I like Grant a good bit. Price is good. I have Westbrook, Grant, Wagner, McGee, and Rondo for cash in the first game. That sounds like a bit much. I'm not gonna lie. I like all those guys individually though, so there's not a big problem with it at all. And Trent, yeah, like fading the first game is totally fine because it could be a blowout, you know. So if you think it's gonna be a blowout, you think that Westbrook's gonna get benched before he gets minutes in the fourth. You think he's probably not even gonna try in the third quarter. Yeah, I mean it makes sense to fade it. See Snell's up 0-2. Let's get this. Strikes him out. What a king. God, Blake Snell. So good. So good. As a Rays fan, it's so fun to watch Snell because I just can't wait for this team to eventually make it to the playoffs, which maybe they could win a wild card this year possibly, but just because like David Price was always so bad in the playoffs for the Rays, and it just doesn't feel like Snell's going to be bad. So, anyway, I know I'm talking. I'm not on the basketball live stream, but there you go, talking about Blake Snell. Main exposure is Atlanta, San Antonio. That's definitely the right route to go for me. Yeah. Just because you're going to end up with the best value in that Atlanta game. And then I love DeRozan and Aldridge on the other side. Like, I like them better than the Golden State studs. So, yeah, like getting the most exposure to that game makes sense. And I also think Len is like the best value on the slate. Derek White, like the three best values in the slate, and this is before we got that lineup from Atlanta, were already Derek White, Justin Anderson, and Alex Len. Now that we have the lineups confirmed, they are still the best value plays on the slate. And you have so many other guys for Atlanta that are in that 4K range that are going to solid fantasy point per minute producer like Bembry, like Bazemore. Having exposure to that game. And then you have Aldridge at 8K who gets like a front court matchup of just Vince Carter's playing the 4. Like, come on, like LaMarcus Aldridge is going to crush these guys. Like truly just decimate them. If I did have another stud lock that wasn't Westbrook, it would have been Aldridge. Like if you're fading Westbrook and you don't have Aldridge, I built a team tonight, like genuinely. Yeah, no, 3 Lakers I think is okay. I don't love it by any means though. I don't love it. Yeah, Bazemore's a solid value play. I wish we had a more clear sense of who's getting minutes in that situation. I don't really feel like we do. With Rudy Gay starting again, I might try to get him in some way. Kind of play around with things. Right now, I've got Bembry in my guard spot, and I don't especially love that. I wish I could get I'm a few hundred off, and like I said, I might just play around with it a little bit more and see what happens. But maybe try to get. I'm not sure what I'll do here. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit and see what happens. I know that basically in Atlanta game, I'm gonna have Derek White. I'm gonna have More than likely, Justin Anderson. I'm probably going to have Alex Len. Can actually guarantee that one. And I'm definitely playing LaMarcus Aldridge. So, like Rudy Gay as well. Guards. Highest owned players in the slate projected: Derek White, Alex Wagner, Russell Westbrook, and Kent Bazemore. Harden comes in after that. Then Justin Anderson. Man, after looking at that Trae Young at playing, averaging 1.4 fantasy points per minute, I'm really thinking about making a move onto him. I'm looking at a few 2v2s and that sort of thing in my guard and utility spots. It's really hard to not end up with just a bunch of Atlanta, San Antonio. For me right now, after Wagner and Westbrook. It's kind of talking out loud at this point. But I'm curious what Trae did I mean Trae's ownership's at 20%. Why is Wagner all of a sudden going to be good? We had word that Kuzma is officially out, so more front court minutes are opening up for them in this game. That's basically all that happened. Closer to lock. Taylor left locks. I feel like most people know that, but apparently some people don't. I check Slack. Answered your question, Conrad. Yeah, man. Taylor left locks like 2 weeks ago, or maybe like more than that, like almost a month ago. I don't know, a long time ago. Well, I'm not sure what he's up to. All I know is that he left locks. So. All right. I'm surprised there's still 29 people in here, if we're being honest. But I'm gonna go log off. Probably land on something before this next game locks. I'm still kind of tinkering around a little bit right now. I've got Bembry and DeRozan in my guard and utility, but I'm not sure that that's where I'm gonna be. So gonna kind of mess around with 2v2s there and see where I can land. Cause like there's a few like you can play like you can play like a Young and like Werder or Herder. Someone said that earlier. It looks like Werder to me, but whatever. Herder. You can go Bazemore in that same spot, but I think I prefer Herter to Bazemore. Actually, I know I do. And then I end up with like so much Atlanta, like for Atlanta. Like, do I really want that? Or you can go something like get a little bit of exposure to that Golden State team with Klay Thompson, and then you end up with 6'2" in utility, which is probably just going to be like Millsap or Draymond Green or maybe Rudy Gay, and leave the cash. But I don't really like that too much, leaving the cash wise. I don't really love Klay tonight ever being. I mean, like he's fine. He's more fine because I don't love any shooting guards, but I just like I don't really. I do like some point guards over Klay by a good bit. So looking at a guard spot. So all right. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.